What is our love without you? What is our touch without you? What is it all about? It's about loving the connection. It's about trusting the connection. Light the sky on fire. Attraction. You don't gotta think twice to get a connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. You and I, we step outside, looking at your love-struck eyes. You and me tonight, living this whole of lies. They say that you're not mine, but we're quite alright. You and me tonight. What is our love without you? What is our touch without you? What is it all about? It's about loving the connection. It's about trusting the connection. Light the sky on fire. Attraction. You don't gotta think twice to get a connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. Hold on, just hold on. I'm trying to figure something out. Your touch is so gone, we've been acting so wrong, yeah. Not what we're about. Hey, hey. We need a sense of productivity when we work it out, yeah. If we can't pick up the pieces we dropped when we were down. And to be about loving the connection, be about trusting the connection. We light the sky on fire with attraction. You don't gotta think twice to get a connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. Loving the connection, be about trusting the connection. We light the sky on fire with attraction. You don't gotta think twice to get a connection. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? We're so glad to see you tonight.
Thank you for coming to the StoryArk Festival. My name is Stephanie Atkins, and I'm the Executive Director of StoryArk. First, a huge shout out to None Above. They are an amazing band who you may have seen in the 13th season of America's Got Talent. All of the music that you hear tonight is original and will be on their second album, which is coming out this fall. So make sure to follow None Above online at noneabove.com, or if you are into social media, you can find them at noneabove. We are so glad that you are here tonight. Everything that you will see at the StoryArk Festival today is made possible thanks to funding from the St. Croix Valley Foundation and also the support of the Stillwater and the Hastings School Districts. This summer, we offered 3 camps to Stillwater and Hastings high school students. We had a podcast camp, a film camp, and a creative writing intensive. And you are going to experience a sampling of all of the work that we did. And in addition, we have some songs from Valley Friendship Club and a podcast from Family Needs as well. So we're delighted to have you here. Do know that you'll get just a small taste of each of the student works, but all of their work can be found in the mini mag that you should have received in your welcome package. And also the digital program that you have will be updated with links so that you can go specifically to each student work and experience it as many times as you want, as well as it being featured online at the StoryArk network. Everything we do here at StoryArk is student initiated and student led. And we hire our StoryArk alumni to become our emerging professionals, or EPs as we like to call them. I'm going to introduce the first one here today. This is Summer Day. They are our Zoomologists and also our tech specialists. Summer Day has been with StoryArk since 8th grade and is currently a sophomore at Michigan Tech. So Summer Day, we're so excited to have you here. Tell us about hiding non-video participants.
Yes, awesome. So this is hide non-video participants, kind of. So we have we do a thing at StoryArk. If you've been part of our programming at all, we've done this before. We do what is called hide non-video participants. So there's a few ways to do this. We are able to, if you are on gallery view in Zoom and you see anyone with their video off, you can go to the 3 little dots in the top right corner of your screen if you are on a computer. You click on those 3 dots, it'll have a drop down. It has the option of hide non-video participants there. If you do not have that option, you can go to your video settings. And with those video settings, you are able to find a little caret and click on that. You can go to the video settings option there, scroll down and click on the hide non-video participants option with that.
Yeah, thank you, Summer Day. And we'll, for most of this, with the exception of the Q&A at the end, we will have our cameras off with the exception of who is presenting at the time. So it's a really fun thing to have that because you will just see the speakers and whoever's on. And I highly suggest that you keep it on gallery view with hide non-video participants so that you can always see what's going on and who is doing what. And with that, you have met one of our emerging professionals, but we have a lot more as well. So I'm going to ask Summer Day to play some music and for all the emerging professionals to hop on right now because Summer Day in 10, 9, 8, 7, it's emerging professional roll call.
Cadence, creative writing. Nancy, film.
Bennett, film. Wisdom, film.
Mason, creative writing.
Peyton, podcast.
Lee, podcast.
Elizabeth, film.
Emma, film.
Haley, film.
Laura, film.
Emily, podcast.
Shad, podcast.
Savita, creative writing.
Danielle, creative writing.
Nancy, podcast.
All right, emerging professionals, thank you so much. You can disappear with the exception of 2, our amazing hosts who are going to join us here. It's Peyton and Mason. And I'm so delighted that I now get to stop talking and I turn the entire show over to you. So Peyton, Mason, I'm going on mute. Take it away.
Bye, Stephanie.
Bye. It'll be in good hands, not to worry.
I know. Goodbye.
Wow. To get this show started, we have some very fun goodies for you to open. You should have received a package in the mail with lots of good stuff. I already opened mine. A fun little unboxing video. We've got some candy in there because you can't have a show without candy. We also have this little fidget buster fellow, which is very enchanting when it spins. That's because we at StoryArk like to promote the fact that while we're working and doing things, that you can be doing things with your hands, because as many creatives do, we just fidget. So we have that. We also have some Play-Doh here, which is for a fun activity we will be doing later on. So it's a useful item for later in the show, but you can play with it if you so desire at the moment.
Yeah, and so today you will be hearing excerpts from all of the...
Mason, you've suddenly gone on mute, and I'm not sure why.
My apologies.
I don't know why that happened.
I had muted and then forgot that I had done that. Anyway, so what I was going to say was that so all the excerpts that you hear today are all the students' works are just going to be simply excerpts. You can find all of the creative endeavors in the mini mag or on the Boom site or on the Boom site website. So, and here's the little mini mag that we have today.
And it's so cute. I love the art. Yes, well, we also here at StoryArk like to do fun little things where we chat with our audience, because this is an interactive show despite the fact that we can't all be in the same room. So we have this Zoom, I say we. Zoom has this fun little chat function which looks like a little speech bubble down at the bottom of your bar there. And we would like to invite you to practice using said chat function, because you can send comments and things during the show. And we like to ask you what your favorite summer activity is. So you can go ahead and click on the little thing and then you can type it out.
Ooh,
and then we get to see it, and it's fun. My co-host says gardening. Oh, lots of outdoor things. I'm with Stephanie, sipping coffee outside. I just like to be outside.
No, that's fair.
Don't do anything interesting. Everyone who camps and boats and skates and
okay,
see,
that all sounds absolutely fantastic. But anyways, while you guys are continuing going through the chat, I'm going to launch into an explanation about the camps. So over the summer, we had 3 camps. We had podcast, film, and the creative writing intensive. We start out each of the camps with a little get to know you activity, just a couple icebreakers and whatnot. And then we would have a guest artist. It could be an author, a screenwriter, an actor, a director of poets, and they would visit us for a Q&A. And the EPs, the emerging professionals, would usually get the questions started, but participants were welcome to ask questions to delve further into creative process, and was really, really neat. And speaking of one of our celebrities, we have a certain celebrity shout out. Carol Dine, an award-winning author of several novels, including 2 for young adults, Best Friends Tell the Best Lies, and The Queen Soprano, has a little message for us.
Hi, my name is Carol Dines, and I am an author. I was so impressed by the depth and commitment to creativity on the part of the students. Well, it was a joy to work with them. I look forward to working with the next camp, and I wish all the young artists the best of luck in this, in the conclusion and celebration of this camp. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Oh, that was so sweet.
It was really sweet. Yeah, no, and then after we had our guest speaker, we would go into breakout rooms and we would start working on our individual projects or projects that we work together. So it was a really neat little experience.
Yeah, and in podcast camp specifically, we had 5 breakout groups that were each doing a podcast in individual genres. So we would first like to share with you one of our 5 podcasts from our group, specifically working on a horror-themed podcast. I would like to present to you Sundown, in which Calvin finds himself being hunted by a supernatural monster. His only hope is Fern, the seasoned monster hunter who's unable to feel fear.
It's almost sundown. We're not going to find it in time.
Not if you don't keep your head on your shoulders. Calm down.
Easy for you to say. You're not about to die.
You have until morning.
Yeah, the morning people crying at my funeral.
Just listen for buzzing. That's how you know it's nearby.
Good thing there aren't a lot of bees in town.
You're making a lot of jokes for someone who's about to die.
I'm trying to break the tension, and I thought you said I wasn't going to die. I don't know why I'm even along for this wild goose chase. You're the monster hunter, the expert, as you keep reminding me.
Calvin.
But here I am, risking my life because what? You find out one day that monsters are real and there's one that's latched onto you like a parasite, and suddenly you're running around with a woman with a backpack full of circus looking nice.
Calvin.
But I'm not complaining. I'm not. I'm making jokes. I'm more than happy to serve myself up on a platter to you and say,
Calvin, shut up and listen.
Is that it?
Unnerving. Peyton, you're on mute.
Lives up to the horror name.
Yeah. No, fantastic. But then anyways, next thing we up, I'm going to talk about the creative writing intensive. So for this, we had a week-long camp that I participated in also, where students worked on poetry, short stories, and even had the option of working on comics or drawings. For the festival, students got to choose how they wanted to present their present their excerpts of work. Either it was by reading them themselves or having other people read them for it. Having other people read them for it. And a selection of each piece would be pieced together. And Bennett, by him, very grateful, he pieced all of their pieces together, created a great little video for us. We will share a series of short stories from all of the creators in the camp who wanted their work to be shared.
Awesome.
Secrets by Sara Abdullahi. They slither out in the quietest of nights, whispering and cradling in the darkness, only witnessed by lights of moon and stars, shadows of houses and trees, always listening, always watching, keeping secrets buried within, telling not a soul.
He didn't have to lose his life. It didn't have to be this way, Richie's mother sobbed. The other mourners nodded their heads as they wiped a few tears. It was the spring of 1965, and the funeral service was nothing you'd expect. Blacks and whites gathered together at a joint funeral. Two open caskets faced each other. Two caskets of star-crossed lovers whose love was doomed from the very beginning. The caskets were closed and everyone got up to watch them be lowered into the ground. Two mothers held each other crying. Two who despised each other at the beginning but came to love each other at the end. But at what cost?
Alone by Jada Bucci. People are high, people are low. People know the feeling of being alone. Feeling alone even when you're with people, that is a feeling that sometimes has a sequel. You begin to lose people you know when this is something out of your control. The darkest corners of your mind become safe. It's like you're in a dark cave, looking for the nooks and crannies, but just finding yourself stuck with no maps and just luck. Giving up tends to be a common occurrence, but all you really need is reassurance. People are high, people are low. People know the feeling of being alone.
Untitled by Michaela Swanson. As I draw my bow ready to make my move on the unsuspecting doe, I can't shake the feeling of a set of eyes on me. I shrug it off, but I can feel it watching me from the shadows, waiting to strike. Just as I go to move in, I hear a twig snap and the hair on my neck begins to stand straight up. The panic sets in and I know it's time to run. I know I'm no longer the hunter, but now the prey. I begin weaving through the trees, trying to put as much space between me and it as possible, but it stays close. This once familiar forest turns into a labyrinth. I can feel the trees shifting. I'm no longer sure of my direction. I feel it creeping up behind me. I look back and see a black entity that has no identifiable features. This creature is unworldly. The adrenaline finally starts to kick in just as I begin to get far away enough. I'm met at crossroads. Do I go left or right? I'm unsure, but I can't afford hesitation, so I just stick left. The further I travel, the more I notice the paths growing darker and darker. I listen for the footsteps, but I hear nothing. The forest is silent. I can't even hear the leaves rustling. I pause to catch my breath.
We Won't Forget by Miada Abdullahi. Today we are vulnerable. Today we were attacked. Today our homes are war-torn and stolen. Today we hold another funeral. Today we are dying one by one. Fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, children, and elders, killed without mercy. And for what? Holding a stone? Today we go hungry, and today we fight. Today we protest, and today we are ignored. Today we are wronged. But tomorrow we rise. Remember what you have done. Remember and regret the cries and pleas of the dead, the blood you shed. Remember the number of kids left without a family. Remember the screams of the children and the families of the deceased. And remember that all you have done, the death and the destruction you caused, was all for something that wasn't even yours. Remember, because we will not forget.
The sun, the great and gorgeous sun, so bright and yellow. I get so excited to see it rise from the dark and shallow night. You are the heart of all this world, you and your yellow ray of light.
Bad hair days aside, I appreciate all of the wonderful work that our students worked on. And if you want to view the full works, you can read or view the full works on the Boomsite Minimag digital program or website. Yes, let's get the little mini bag back up. We cannot stop plugging the Minimag. It's a wonderful little selection of all the work that everyone has been working on. So
the fantastic things in there.
Yeah.
Well, now I would like to bring back on one of my fellow programming directors, Cadence, here to talk with us a little bit about who the Valley Friendship Club is. Hi, Cadence.
All right. Thanks, Peyton. Hey, everybody. I'm Cadence. I'm the Creative Writing Programming Director. We collaborated with Valley Friendship Club to explore poetry and music, and you'll actually be hearing songs the students put together with the EPs and Jeff Dayton, who is a Nashville artist. The icon you see is the album cover that the students all put together. And so here's one of the songs. This one is by Jade.
I like to eat ramen on Mondays. I like to watch Super Nanny too. I like to spend time with family and friends. And I like to also travel too. I've changed it away. I like to see the Hollywood sign lighting up at night. I like to read books and I like to spend time with my nephew.
Good.
I like to eat ramen on Mondays. I like to watch Super Nanny too. I like to spend time with family and friends. I also like to travel a few.
So sweet.
So sweet. And we have a lot more songs just like that that'll be coming up, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Anyways, next I am going to call on Matty to explain the film camp and animation, which they have worked on.
Hi, I'm Matty. I'm an EP for film, and we led the animation part of film camp. We called on some students who liked art and who didn't know anything about drawing to create an animation short. It's called Coffee Break, so please enjoy.
And I've attempted trying to do animation, and oh my goodness, it takes so much effort. It's honestly astounding how, yeah, the nuns have been able to work on something like that. It's so cool.
Yeah, as an animator myself, it's very exciting to have students wanting to participate in it. It makes me very happy. And well, moving along, we have I would like to bring up a podcast by Family Means, which is a local nonprofit that we collaborated with to produce this podcast called Weight on Wayne's Shoulders. And then afterwards, we have another song with the Valley Friendship Club. So the podcast is called Weight on Wayne's Shoulders, in which when his mother becomes sick with COVID, Wayne has to shoulder the responsibility of paying bills, working extra hours, and taking care of his little brother to make ends meet. And then after that, we have a song by Jenny called Dear God.
Mom, what are you cooking tonight? How can I help you?
Hey, Wayne. Thanks. You could help me wash the dishes.
Are you feeling okay?
Does it look like I'm okay?
Mom, I got a gold star on my ABC worksheet.
Good job, honey. Bobby, I'm so proud of you.
Whatever. Hey, Mom, what's for dinner?
Spaghetti with alphabet letters.
You mean SpaghettiOs? Name favorite for him. Oh, Mom, you're burning up.
I'll wait it out until I'm done cooking.
No, I'll take over cooking. You're gonna lie down on the couch. Oh, no, you're gonna burn it. Shut up.
Watch your mouth. I teach you better than that.
I'm sorry, Mom. Please go lie down on the couch. I got dinner covered.
All right, Wayne. Thank you.
I learned about COVID in school. I think you have it.
Don't be silly.
Mom, you need to go get tested.
Don't be silly, mijito.
Dear God, it's hard for me to leave. Dear God, it's hard for me to leave Camp Castaway. Due to the COVID, I keep it strong for all around the world to make a better place. I think about it every day. It makes me sad. Oh, yeah, it makes me sad. Oh, it makes me sad. Yes, I kept it together to stop the COVID. I kept it together to stop the COVID. Love, Jenny. Love, Jenny.
Oh, it's absolutely adorable.
So good. I love all these songs. They're so good. Well, keeping it right on moving. We do have more podcasts from Podcast Camp, which I'm so excited about because I was I'm the programming director for podcasts, so I haven't actually heard everyone's finished product set, which is very exciting. So I love unveiling these. We have The Truth Behind Real Estate, where Shad and Naomi interview Patty Neeson, a realtor in Stillwater, Minnesota, and get to the truth behind real estate. And then following that, we have Dragon's Bane Online. When four friends get stuck in their favorite video game, what will they do and how will they get home? And then after that, we have another one of the Valley Friendship songs. This one's by Hannah.
When do you think is a great time to buy a house?
You know, contrary to what a lot of people believe, homes do sell all year long. Obviously, we hear a lot in the springtime. There always seems to be that seems to be the busiest time to buy a home. Not necessarily the best time. I mean, there's always a good time. So there's never a bad time to buy a home or sell a home. People tend to think, oh, after the end of the school year, that's when I should put my home on the market during the summer months. Again, that's not necessarily the case. You can sell your home, throughout the year. But again, we typically see it busier, meaning there's more buyers in the market in the springtime.
Awesome job, guys. Anyone need a heal? Bagel, it looks like you got hit pretty hard.
Thunder, here. Right at the end you got me. Did you see that move I did for the final blow?
Probably practiced it at home, right?
He did actually, Shadow. Mom got mad because he kept missing dinner.
Fire, I didn't...
You can fight when we log off, which we should do soon. We've done a lot today, and I need to go study for my midterm.
Ooh, busy college kid.
You will be too soon enough. Well, Fire, not really, but that's not the point. I need dinner and to study, and I'm sure all of you have homework to get done. We can meet up again tomorrow. I've got class till 5, but after that I'm free.
I won't be home from practice until 6, but I'm good after that.
As long as I help Mom with dinner, I think she'll let me on.
Perfect. We're getting close, guys. A few more levels and we'll be able to take on the dragon.
We still need to take down the wyverns first, don't forget.
Hey guys? I know I'm still getting used to the game, but I can't get to my logout again. Can I get some help?
Let me see. Might be the headset acting up again. I'll log out and disconnect you from home. That's strange. She's got this headset. It shouldn't be acting up. Thunder, Shadow, can you log out?
What are you talking about? Of course. I actually can't. Nothing is happening when I press the button.
No good for me either. Bagel, do you think if we got back to town you could get to that coding spot you've screwed with before?
Well, sure, but I don't think that would help. Cheat codes are one thing, but finding a bug in the thousands upon thousands of lines of actual VR code would take months, longer if they were sloppy.
What if we just go talk to people? Maybe other players know what's going on.
Good thinking, Fire. Let's go to the inn and see if we can log out from the save points there. Another player might have also figured out what's going on. Maybe we try messaging someone outside the game as well? If we contact someone IRL, maybe they can tell us what's happening. It's probably just a glitch that they'll fix in the next few hours.
But what if it's not? What if we get stuck here forever?
Please, we're not gonna get stuck here forever. Chill out.
Easy for you to say. You're not a 1-foot-tall pixie.
Fire, it's okay.
Yeah, I've been a goblin so long I've gotten used to being short. With Thunderbird living up to her name, she can fly you around whatever you want.
Just because the Insomniac is a hawk person doesn't mean she's the best way of not getting stepped on. As an orc, I am the tallest out of all of you.
Just because Insomniac is in my username doesn't make it true. It was a joke, Smoky Shadow. Anyway, let's just get back to Westmore and talk to some people.
I have a huge smile. I'm told it shines for a mile. I love dogs, cats, horses too. But I really don't like to pick up their poo. I have a huge smile. I'm told it shines for a mile. I like cards and puzzles and songs to sing. And I love to wear a bling. Yeah, 'cause it's all about me. It's all about me. Ask anybody you know, that's what I would say. It's all about me. I have a huge smile. And it shines for a mile. 'Cause it's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. Yeah, it's all about me.
Those podcasts were so neat.
I know, they're so good.
Yeah, I actually hadn't been able to. I hadn't actually been able to listen through it and listen through the whole things on the run through. So it's actually really cool getting to hear it once and for all. Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to call up Cadence so we could talk about the literary arts short story that the Creative Writing Intensive have been working on. So throughout the week and during the Creative Writing Intensive, all of the participants of the camp had worked on creating a story, a medieval fantasy, where we would all put input on the different elements of the story. And I'm going to let Cadence take away with the rest of the aspects of it and give it a little read.
All right, thanks, Mason. Okay, here's the story. Smoke and tears blur her vision as the smell of the fire burns in front of her. Argenta watches through teary eyes as her mother's ashes scatter around the burning stake. Panic fills the young girl's chest as her mind processes the horror she just witnessed. Questions blaze through her mind. Why? What did she do that warranted this? Why wasn't it stopped? Argenta doesn't even notice her tears evaporating from the heat of the pyre. Everything was happening so fast. Was her father watching this next to the king? He should have stopped it. Humans were supposed to be just and honorable. There was no justice to be dealt here. The confusion and fear of the unknown builds in her chest. The fear of everyone's eyes overtakes Argenta more so than any other feelings. She has to get away. She has to get away from everyone. She can't show weakness. Before she even knows where she's going, Argenta is running. She runs as fast as she can away from the heat and horrid smell of the blaze, away from the people she thought she could trust. Alone, Argenta stops, gasping for air as she takes in the wooded surroundings that she finds herself in. She's been here before, a mass of trees for miles outside of the kingdom. While usually people might find this space calming, all it did was bring a swell of emotions and memories back to Argenta. All the happy times of playing in the trees, racing to the stream nearby, picnics and walks, all the happiness turns to sorrow. Her mother's suffering drapes a blanket of striking pain over each of those happy times. Tears once again swell in her eyes, and that bubbling feeling that filled her chest before overtakes Argenta's mind. It grows and grows until the screech of everything that has been building releases. A blast of power splinters surrounding trees and sends a shockwave of destruction through the nearby vicinity. As the shockwave dissipates, focus comes back to Argenta's mind. What just happened?
Oh, that was fantastic. Absolutely amazing reading. That was fantastic narration. And Cadence is one of our PDs. I totally forgot to mention that. Fantastic.
Yeah, I have to say it was so fun watching everyone write that together. It was really cool. But now I would like to welcome on one of our student leaders from South Central Minnesota who participated in our other festival. It's Haley.
It's me! Hi, guys. Nice to be back at this other festival. I was at the South Central one. So I'm Haley. I'm one of the student leaders from South Central Minnesota, and we had a festival and camp earlier this summer, which was very similar to this. And one of the things we did was we made ducks out of the Play-Doh, which is in the welcome package. Or if you didn't get one, you can also draw on a piece of paper and show off your ducks. So right now, I forgot to mention, South Central Minnesota, the camp. We had students there from Janesville, Waldorf Pemberton, or JWP, St. Peter, and Mankato. And then what we did there is we made ducks, and right now we're gonna create ducks, and you'll have 5 minutes, and then we're gonna show them off. You can turn on your camera, and we're gonna see who makes the best duck, but you all are winners, so that's the secret. And yeah, Peyton, tell them about now.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead. Additionally, in reference to the ducks, we know that I believe Haley mentioned last time too that duck hunting is a very important, I don't know, is it a sport in South Central Minnesota?
I don't know. We just have a lot of woods, so you can just go out and at least during duck hunting.
Question: can I give my duck a hat?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Love to see that.
That better get busy then. We'll end the intermission.
So as you use your Play-Doh or your paper to craft your ducks, we're going to have a quick 5-minute intermission where you can make your duck, go get food, use the restroom, etc. We're going to start our intermission musical interlude with Beth's song, which is another one of our Valley Friendship Club songs.
It's going to be followed by None Above. We're playing their original song, Sedated.
Water is important. You should try to drink water. Water is important, so you feel good. So drink water, it's important. Don't be dehydrated. You feel hotter, It's important, don't be dehydrated. And drink water. You like it so far?
Yeah.
Feel good. Drink lots of liquids. Yeah, feel good. And drink water. Drink water, 'cause it's important. Drink water, don't be dehydrated. Drink water, 'cause it's important. Drink water, don't be dehydrated. Be healthy. Enjoy the water. Yeah, be healthy. And feel good. Feel good. Drink water. 'Cause it's important. Drink water. Don't be dehydrated. Drink water. 'Cause it's important. Drink water. Don't be dehydrated. Drink water. Drink water. Everybody drink water.
I feel like I need to stay a while. You got something on your mind, but I ain't trying to run a mile, so I don't wanna waste your time. Spinning around my supermodel. I just wanna leave just yet, leave just yet. Feeling your body move legato. I know you could dance like that. We get obsessed. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. Baby, the rest I take it slower. I just wanna know you're mine. You got everything I'm needing. I think I'll leave all the rest behind. I think I'll leave all the rest. I think I'll leave all the rest. I think I'll leave all the rest. I think I'll leave all the wicked, upset. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. And I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. We get upset. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. We get upset. My whole reality is so faded, yeah. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby, baby. We get upset. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. And I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby.
Thanks, y'all.
Fantastic as always, none above. Yeah, that was played live from I believe their basement, but they're so good. Oh, we love them. And also I have to say, I haven't said it, I love your setup because it's so good.
It's really cool.
Wow. I hope everyone had an excellent 5-minute intermission, and I hope you all made some very good ducks. So, Haley, would you like to invite people to share their ducks?
Everyone, if you would please turn on your cameras so we can see all of your lovely ducks.
Mine sort of looks like a Chernobyl chicken, but
I think if this activity has proven one thing, is that I don't really know what a duck looks like.
Oh, Elizabeth put legs.
What?
Oh, what? These ducks don't look so good. What is this?
Oh no.
I love these.
Kaylee, thank you for giving a hat. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, that's a true top hat.
I like the face on Parks.
Oh my God.
Lots of fantastic ducks.
Wow, I am seriously impressed with everyone's duck abilities here.
I'm glad everyone's turned out looking more duckish than
Oh my God,
fantastic.
Davida, you're so cute.
Oh.
Thank you, I try.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I wish I could hide under the like, I'm not an artist thing. Like, I can't because I go to art school.
It's Play-Doh.
It's a different medium. Different medium.
Yeah.
I could probably make a pretty good duck with clay, but I tried to make a duck with Play-Doh and it worked very poorly.
Yeah, it's okay. My duck's like neck has been slowly collapsing in on it. Well, great ducks, everyone. Thank you so much for your participation in that. Now, thank you for sharing. You can go ahead and turn your cameras back up. Thank you, Haley. We've appreciated having you on. Thanks for hosting that with us. Moving right back into things, we have another celebrity shout out to go into. This one is from Ken Levine, who's an Emmy Award-winning writer of MASH, Cheers, Frasier, The Simpsons, and The Simpsons. And here's goodness, words have escaped me, but here's what he had to say and share with all of us.
Hi, I'm Ken Levine. I'm a TV writer and also a TV director. It's been a pleasure for me to interact with these young people, to hear some of their stories and to help shape them. I couldn't be prouder than I am of the kids and of the program of StoryArk.
Oh, thanks, Ken.
That is so sweet, and I appreciate this mid-century modern room. Yeah, so anyways, following along, we're gonna get into a couple films. We have a horror film called Mother Mother that warns the reader to be careful what you wish for. Let's see what it looks like.
I'm so sorry. Let me make you another.
Forget it. I wish that you had died instead of Mom. I want her back. Hey, stop! Why are you humming that? Only my mom gets to sing it. Only mom knows about it.
It's okay, Cheeseball.
And only mom calls me that. Wait, you're not my step-parent, are you?
I made you a grilled cheese sandwich.
Mom?
Yes?
I can't believe you're back. But what are you doing here?
I've come to take you, so we can be together forever.
But what about my step-parent?
Honey, I'm not changing back unless you come with me. I miss you. Don't you miss me?
I don't want them to be gone forever. No! Don't you want me to live a long, happy life?
Of course. Don't you want me to be there?
Get away from me! I'm happy that you're dead.
What? Don't run! Please! I want to be with you forever. Olive? Olive, where are you? Please, come back!
Wow,
Delightfully
a great reminder
spooky.
to, yeah, a great reminder to lock your doors and not follow the suspicious smashings that you hear in the kitchen. Yeah,
Generally a good rule.
yeah, never go in the basement.
Next, we have another one of our Valley Friendship Club productions. This is Wes's Bob on the Job.
Having second option for doing stuff. Second option for what I really want to do. Yeah, surprising and doing stuff with ladies. That's what I do. That's what I do. 'Cause I'm Bob on the job. Yeah, I'm Bob on the job.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, moving along, we're going to get into another film called Yuji's Day, which is an action film following a protagonist, Tuji, trying to get away from his parents when they won't stop fighting.
excellent film. I love these films.
It's so easy to see what the students can do in such a short amount of time. I mean, how long was the film intensive?
It was 2 weeks.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, such great work coming out of such short time. Speaking of work that's been produced, the guy you've been seeing doing the songs with the students for the Valley Friendship Club is actually Jeff Dayton, who is a Nashville artist and played guitar for Hall of Film legend Glenn Campbell and did gigs backing up Willie Nelson, Vince Gill, Bo Diddley, and Toby Keith. And he's the one who's been working with the Valley Friendship Club, as I said. So here's the words he had to say for us.
Hey, it's Jeff Dayton. Young people get to ask questions, and they get to hear me talk about the way I see things and do things and where I've been. Has been really valuable to them. If I can do me, and it inspires somebody to do them, I think that's the coolest thing there is. So that's what I always say: is be yourself till it's your turn. Okay, catch you later.
Rad.
Speaking of Jeff Dayton and his songs, is worth about. And the Valley Friendship Club. Here's another one of those. This one is Maya's.
Swim on Tuesday. I like to watch Love Island. I like to spend time with my boyfriend and friends. I also like to watch movies at the movie theater. I like to dance with my friends, and I like to play board games and card games, and I love to go to the beach. Yeah, I love to go to the beach, and I would right now if it wasn't so far out of reach. Sorry, I added that. And I like to play baseball as well. Those are things I like to do. I like to do.
Next up, we have some more work from the Creative Writing Intensive. It's from the Literary Arts, some poems and short stories.
Assassin's Trust by Victor Lamb. Ever since the war began, the attitude of the land has changed, going from full of dreams and wishes to kill or be killed. Some opportunists have even begun building businesses off of that saying, ranking the best of the best assassins against each other. Currently, I am 6th in the world. The name's Moonshine, but I'm better known as Radon since I normally use nerve gases and smoke bombs to take down my targets. In addition, I can do some hand-to-hand combat as well as use throwing knives. That will be useful as I've recently been hired to take down someone of importance in a nearby town. I don't have very fond memories of that town, but I can't be picky about this job since I've had worse. Regardless, this job will pay me quite the pretty penny, seeing as the bounty of this target is set at a decent $10,000. I don't exactly mind taking a train to get to where I need to go. I might even go for a private first class since the top 10 ranked assassins get fancy things like that. The only problem is trains aren't the most common thing to come by, due to the fact that my location of my target is only a few towns away from where I am. I suppose I'll have to settle for going on foot through the forest. However, that even has its negatives. People really like to sit and wait for victims to let their guard down in the forest, and that is where they get ambushed. Although, that's the least of my problems. There are people in my target's town that would take me down the first chance they get. Alright.
State of Revenge by Parker Nutter. The demon cowers with his midnight glare is becoming more and more visible. Lips pulled back in fear, revealing rows upon rows of sharp teeth. The normally arrogant and ferocious creature was now in a state of pure terror. As my hand lowers itself to feel the hilt of my dagger, the demon makes a motion as if trying to escape its horrific fate. I stab my dagger into the floor, a mere inch from where his hand rests. In his eyes, I was the judge, jury, and executioner. He should be glad that this is what's happening to him. My hands made their way around his neck, slowly gripping tighter with each breath he took.
One's Will, a summary of a novel by Kaylee King. Melissa, the famous 24-year-old lawyer that has no recollection of her parents or her past. There is one thing, however, that nobody knows. She is special. Her days as a lawyer have gone swift and smoothly. However, one day that all changed when Melissa met this cocky man that is being convicted for murder. During his trial, everything went as normal. However, one thing was off. Melissa couldn't read his thoughts. Her life was thrown into a whirlwind, from trying to find her parents and running away from the government with a stranger that goes by the name of James Pierce. Will they escape the government? Will Melissa find her parents?
Self-Destructive Love by Caden MacLeish. Words fail my graphite tongue in spoken text when I think of you, because loving you is like loving a self-proclaimed Lucifer. It gives you a sense of freedom and rebellion, but convicts you to a prison of hate. Loving you is like diving into the water in search of oxygen, breathing in only to drown, watching you stay far with glasses that make you look close. Searching for your heart, but all I can find is your sexual desire you substitute for care. I change myself, cutting off pieces so I can fit into your puzzle, so I can click into a permanent place in your story, unbeknownst that the full picture is ugly. Ugly like the promised lie off your lips translating to love. My want was a dream for your mind, and yours only a grasp at my body. While you come from lust, I beg for charity. Damn your filthy mouth on mine, don't taint my lips with your toxic masculinity. Secrets you so rudely thrust down my throat are now out for the world to see, because I shouldn't have to choke on them to keep you pleased. Hear my voice fade to gray like the memories we made that you replaced with your greed. The voice that could have healed you, you simply blocked out so you could pout about your childish wants. Without your outlet, the power fades. Blackout and confusion become my everyday. You calmed my fear when you made others afraid. I crave you, my safe place, but you set yourself aflame. You might be used to this domain like hell, but it intoxicates me, poisoning my brain with smoke, leaving burns on my mind and heart, and I choke. You can't expect me to keep coming back to get burned again. When I stay gone, don't make me into one of your pitiful stories, tools to charm someone else. Come heal me from the marks you made, the hell you put me through, and change. Change so I can write something good in these pages instead of smearing them with the remains of my broken heart. Be the man I know you can be. I need your soul not to get smothered by the faults in humanity, because I only have so much of myself to give into your sad, sad stories. And I only have so much of me to give at all. I need pieces left to build and grow on, pieces left to mold into something new. You can't have them all. This stagnant race is a pointless effort. Breaking the loop seems impossible when my brain won't stop repeating the lie that I need you. The worst kind of love is unconditional. And it's not you I hate so much, but me. And that's the real tragedy. That's my real fault. Because I'm not to blame for getting burned by your flames. Yet I want to be, so I can view you as a better person than you turned out to be.
Oh, the stuff our students produce is, oh, it's always so good.
Yeah,
so much amazingly deep stuff in there. Fantastic work. We have another podcast now to share with you. This is actually a group that's been ongoing for a while. Hush Junior. They're now the Winged Ones. So they started 4 years ago working on this podcast, and now they're going under a new name. Here we have the first scene ever recorded, and we would also like to invite you to join in on this new podcast to create this brand new story with them. All stories from Hush Junior and this new Winged Ones, seen in future episode, can all be found on StoryArk.org along with more information.
and salutations, my friends. You may be curious of whom I am. Please excuse my joke, for I am Curiosity, a gatekeeper, and I will be your guide. Welcome to Hush Junior. Perhaps you've made a shadow puppet before? You know, those bunnies and butterflies and other creatures you make on the wall with your hands and fingers? Well, if a certain type of child makes a shadow puppet, they have the ability to imbue the shadow with their own chaos energy and form a living entity. There are many of these shadow creatures that exist in the world, in an infinite amount of shapes and sizes. They are quite dangerous, as you will soon learn.
Fantastic, and I'm pretty sure that that portion was actually produced at, or performed at the FIPS along with a couple of the Hush live reads that we had a couple, like what, 3-4 years ago, which is crazy.
That is so cool. Oh, I loved watching Hush Junior sort of grow and develop, and I'm so excited to see where they take it.
It was really
now.
neat. They had a really cool premise and world. So yeah, definitely. If anyone would like to, be a part of working on the creative process, I try to get involved with StoryArk and see if you can, join in. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I'd love to have you. And just to show you more of what people have done in the podcasting world, we have our final 2 podcasts from this year's podcast camp. These ones are What the Crime, featuring American serial killer Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, and Reaper Beside Me, in which a down-on-his-luck writer Wilbur finds himself faced with the trials of reviving himself while being guided by influencer Grim Reaper Gigi.
Who we will be focusing on in today's episode is Richard Ramirez. He went by the Night Stalker or the Walking Killer. He was born in El Paso, Texas on February 29th, 1960. The important people in his life were his uncle and his cousin.
His childhood was an extreme influence on how he became known as one of the most known serial killers in America, the Night Stalker. Formerly known as Ricardo Leyva Ramirez, Ricardo was the 5th and last child of Mercedes and Julian Ramirez. Ricardo, along with 4 of his siblings, were all born with brain defects due to their mother being unknowingly exposed to chemical fumes at work while she was pregnant with them all. While Ricardo was 2, a dresser had fallen on his head. Then when he was 5, his head was hit with a swing on it. Accident, which led him to start having epileptic seizures. His epileptic seizures were revealed at age 6 after his teacher had yelled at him. Also, at the age of 4, Ricardo had witnessed his father beating his brother to near a pulp for breaking into someone's home, which truly put Ricardo in a state of fear of his father. Since that day, his father, Julian, would feel the need to be on his family anytime he was home or around. Through all of that, Ricky still maintained good grades and a great sports reputation. That's when his sister Ruth, the only person he truly had a connection with within his family, noticed a change in her little brother. After that day, everything changed. His father hated him again. His grades dropped and he had 0 motivation.
What?
Hi! Hello, I am Gigi Reaper, and I'm your problem now, so wakey, newest soul on my Reap Talk page, Wilbur!
What are you talking about? Who let you in my apartment?
Oh, right. Forgot to mention, you are dead.
What? Excuse me?
You are dead. You human souls really never seem to get that.
What day is it? How long have I been?
It's the solstice! Your soul is still hanging around, so I'd say you've been dead for a few days. 4 maybe? Counting was never really my strong suit in training.
How did I die?
So remember that one chair that kept on tripping you up? Well...
Yeah, I died from a chair? How does that even work?
Oh, as Reapers, we make it a point not to discuss deaths such as yours.
Because of how gory it is?
More embarrassing than gory, but sure, let's go with that.
Great. I make plans to put my life together and then I die.
There we go. Okay. Oh, my goodness. And Peyton, you were a part of that one, weren't you?
Yes, I was one of the EP or one of the mentors for Reaper Beside Me with Meg. It was very fun.
That's so much fun. Well, anyways, I think one of our last portions of the creative writing intensive that we have is the piece that I wrote, which is entitled November, and I'm going to be doing a little live read for you guys. So yeah, I will just take that away. November. Lure me into the deep, pathless woods. Let me stir up the darkness with the soles of my feet. My head is cast iron, red hot, stifling. Throw something in. See if it catches, cauterizes. I think I remember a story. A lost traveler, hungry, desperate, alone. Sliced the tail of a sleeping beast. Is there pleasure in the pain of being by myself? No pocket watch to inherit, no traditions to keep. Take me to the forest. Let me slice that darkness out, like the Telepo, like the pig's throat, dropped into a bubbling Red Sea. Let me feel the weight of something my parents carried, solitary, collecting its shards into my basket, wrapped gently in checkered cloth. If we are to remain delible, welt the oaks, woe is us. If we are to remain delible, why make a mark at all? My mother keeps a bottle of wood duff on her nightstand, dirt from the grave of my 6th great-grandmother, buried somewhere lost upstate. The gravestones, a flush of fly agaric, something that only reveals itself after the autumn rain, cold that sets into your bones. Silence. I felt their eyes on me. Every single one. Blank stares begging me to answer why I let my forebears crumble away, soil littered with limestone, lead white. Walk away. Let them sleep once more. Everything eats and gets eaten. The buckthorn will inevitably encroach. What we uncover is in the interim. Time is fed. Who exactly are we running from? If I am the product of my ancestors' suffering, I worry that I am the comet that everyone turns skyward for. I worry that I'll think about what they think. I won't think about what they would think. Oh, God, I'm lost, and I can't find home. Thank you so much for listening. StoryArk has been in my life for just over 4 years now, and starting as a collaboration between the Native American Parent Advisory Committee and StoryArk's original podcast, Hush, which we talked about a little bit earlier at the FIPS. A close friend and I had the opportunity to work with the writers of the podcast to incorporate Native storytelling, Native stories into the sci-fi setting, which I think is really unique. You don't see it a lot, and I think that's really important. I deeply admired Stephanie's commitment to extending the gift of storytelling to those without access to it. And I'm so grateful to have the ability to continue work with my involvement with StoryArk over the upcoming years. I was a participant in the Creative Writing Intensive podcast camp and My Story, Your Story, Our Story. And I really never considered myself a writer prior to that. And StoryArk had really given me the tools to work and tell about stories that I share about my experiences. It also gave me a platform to share what I felt was important for me. I hope that everyone here today recognizes the value and the heart that has been put into StoryArk and what truly wonderful opportunities kids are given throughout Minnesota, thanks to Stephanie, our EPs, PDs, and all those in between. Thank you.
Thank you, Mason. We've always loved having you here, and I'm so glad that we've, as an organization, have helped you. And yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. No, StoryArk is wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for sharing too. Your work, it's so wonderful to hear read aloud.
Thank you.
And through StoryArk, we have been both mentoring and giving students the ability to speak with creative professionals in their field and to really build these relationships with them to help them blossom into the wonderful creatives that we know they can be. So I would like to bring up our final Valley Friendship Club song from the collection. This one is Livia's song, which is a tribute to an author that impacted Livia.
Writing is my inspiration. Writing is my song. Yours is my favorite story, and I knew it all along. This is my thank you letter for all the work you do. This is my thank you Thank you, Laura Childs.
Oh, what a cute little way to wrap that all up. It was such a wonderful little segment to get to see all the songs.
Yeah. Well, that wonderful little song brings us to the conclusion of our sharing our student work. So you've seen podcasts, short films, you've heard short stories and poems and everything in between. And we would like to invite our fellow EPs and any students who participated to come on and join us for a little Q&A session, because I'm sure that you as an audience have questions that you would like to ask us about our programming, our stories that we shared, and anything and everything in between. So if you have a question, please do not hesitate to put that in the chat, type that out, and one of us or multiple of us will go ahead and answer that. So yeah, my EPs, PDs, students, everyone in between, please feel free to come on and join us up on this stage. And yeah, if anyone has, how many people are wearing Hawaiian shirts? Unfair question, I wear one almost every day.
The number is infinite and uncalculable.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions about the programming, how they can get involved, any of the work that was shared, please, we would love to speak on it. I'm sure all of us.
Yeah, and
I had a question. I had a question on the Valley Friendship Group and Wonderful Songs and how that all got put together and started. That was really a great little thing that you guys did there.
Yeah,
I'm going to
Stephanie.
pop on actually, because Valley Friendship Club is not necessarily part of our school district programming. So it was separate from the podcast, film, and creative writing camps that Stillwater Schools and Hastings supported. Valley Friendship Club was a collaboration with the nonprofit, is a nonprofit that collaborated with us at StoryArk. And it was really wonderful because the participants wrote their songs originally with prompts that were provided. And then we had Jeff Dayton come on and he would put their lyrics to music. And it was just a delightful day of him taking his guitar and taking the lyrics they created and just strumming it. And you can see by the reactions of the participants who wrote the songs how delightful it was to have that collaboration and to work together. So that's how it came about. And then we recorded it thanks to Zoom. So that's all thanks to the magic of Zoom and the auto record. And by the way, their album is called Me, and it has a beautiful cover that I'm going to use this as a plug to after this event. Make sure to go onto our website because you will see it on the Valley Friendship Club page. All of the songs will be there along with their cover art, and all of the podcast, film, and creative writing you've experienced today will be on our website as well. So does that answer your question? I'm hoping so. Other questions, put them in the chat. We have about 2 minutes more for questions. So anyone, Bueller.
And if not,
All
I mean,
right.
should we?
I'll ask a question of you guys because why not? What was your favorite part about the camps?
Just to everyone?
Yeah.
The guest authors, the guest speakers, and like that was, I think that they had there were some tidbits that like were really like you could get a lot from people who are like in creative fields, and because you kind of have to figure it out for yourself, like no one, when you're like a writer or actor, you kind of have to figure out your own way to do everything and what works best for you. You have to really know yourself, and I think that there is something about that, this kind of an intimacy where you learn a lot of like things and little tricks and little gems and like how you go about doing things. I think is really important. That's my favorite part.
Speaking of which, I have from when the Penumbra podcast came on and talked to us, I wrote down some of the little tidbits they said on this little post-it, and I keep it by my desk because I think they're really sweet, and they just make me happy. But I also, from a PD standpoint, I just have to say that I loved watching the students produce the work, and like we didn't have like a whole lot of time, but watching what they did come up with and the creative process, and watching everyone like grow, and you know, even though like we couldn't be together, we felt like we were together, and it was a very full experience. And to everyone watching it all come together, it was fantastic, and I cannot thank my fellow EPs, my PDs, and the students enough for the wonderful experience of watching them create and grow. That was cheesy.
No, with that, does that
It's on par for you though, Peyton.
Cheesy but touching.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And does that, should we segue into the survey? Okay, sounds
Get a
great.
nod from your fellow host. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Okay, so anyways, it is required by, as a part of our funding from the St. Croix Valley Foundation, but to give a survey and to get a survey for everyone just about their experiences with StoryArk. But more importantly, it's how we learn to get better and know what works and what doesn't for StoryArk, and within our programming and within our festivals. And we would really appreciate if all the participants here today would fill out a little survey that's going to, I think, be put in the chat at some undisclosed time. And we would just really appreciate if you spent a couple minutes to go do that. And while we do that, I guess we will have a little instrumental underscore by None Above that, yes, as they will let you,
There's the
their little
link.
musings will inspire you to say things too on the survey.
Yeah, there's a link. Just shouldn't take more than a little bit. So please do that for us. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you again for taking time to fill out the survey. We're going to wrap it up here, and feel free to continue to fill it out if you have more that you want to say and that you want to share. But I want to again say thank you, first of all, to Mason and Peyton and none above. You all are awesome in making this all come. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish you all could take a bow, but you kind of can. There you go. There you go. And I also want to say thank you to the St. Croix Valley Foundation. They made this festival possible today, and to all of the EPs, all of the PDs, all of the student participants, to our collaborators at Valley Friendship Club and at Family Means. We are so grateful to work with you and to empower, uplift, and amplify youth voice. So thank you for making it happen. Please follow us, keep checking the website. In the very near future, we will be sending you out an email again with an updated digital program that will have links to all of the student work that you saw today. It will also be on our website, and of course, the QR codes, that's hard to say, the QR codes in the Boom Site magazine will be made live. So when you put your phone over it, you will actually go to the podcast, the movie, the whatever. So thank you everybody for coming. And it's been great. So, I almost forgot. I would be really remiss as a nonprofit if I didn't say, should you be inspired to support the work of the students and uplift and amplify student voice, please click that link. We always will take, anything that you wish to give us, from $1 to 1,000. Oh my gosh, I would like do somersaults and like handstands if that happened. But anyways, thank you for considering supporting us. Thank you for being here. That is the best sort of support possible, to have your presence here with us today. And we look forward to future festivals and future student work. And one last shout out to the St. Croix Valley Foundation, to Stillwater Area Public Schools, and to Hastings Public Schools for their support of all of this. So Mason and Peyton.
Okay, to wrap it up, thank you so much. Good night.
And don't forget to check out None Above online at noneabove and noneabove.com. None Above, play us out.
I spent all day trying to find the light, the time to gift my life for you. Ooh. And since I only see you in June, I thought I'd make something for you. Ooh. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of every kiss. How everything feels alright when you're around. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of life it is. How everything feels alright when you're around. And I can't get to sleep thinking about you and everything you do. Ooh, I know I only see you once again. I know you made it very clear. The weather's just not as nice here. Oh, it's the summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of every kiss. How everything feels alright when you're around. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of life we live. How everything feels alright when you're around. You're around. And I'll see you next year. I know I will. lovely flower. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of every kiss. How everything feels alright when you're around. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of life we live. How everything feels alright when you're around. You're around. When you're around, when you're
Thanks so much, everybody. We're called None Above.